meeting is being recorded.
Hey, what's good with the YouTube, man? This is your boy Rojo. This is a convict's perspective, man. I'm joined today by my homeboy. You already know who he is, man. He's responsible for Gunners Collective, as well as Gunners Profiles. And we got the Gunner and Rojo reaction room. Today, man, oh, Neil Dezard. What are we going to do with you, man? Inactive gang member Neil Dezard, man. So, we were strolling through the library of YouTube, going down that YouTube Pandora. And we came across one Savage Studios discussing his opinion. And we wanted to give you our reaction to this video. And what do you think, Gus?
You know what? I've been going back and forth. You know what? Fuck, I'm disgusted. Let me put on my glasses. I'm so disgusted right here. We've been going back and forth with Neil Dezard. And I think it's frivolous. I think this back and forth shit, it was started by him. It was started by him and some comments he made. And of course, I'm having fun with it. I'm having a whole lot of fun with it. I got a whole lot of more. At the end, it is causing division. It is a bad look. But there's some truth into what I'm saying. You can't be an active gang member and actively trying to proclaim that on YouTube. Okay, now for those that don't care about politics and they're all about YouTube and just being entertained, are you not entertained? But we're going to entertain you some more right here. And we also brought in someone from the old school to entertain as well, as you can tell right there. One Savage Studios. We actually were looking at some videos and he popped up, man. So Rojo was able to tap in with them and get the clearance on using this video. I actually thought this video, I agreed with a lot of it. And I don't really agree with Savage Studios too much. You guys know we have a history there. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, no disrespect. I actually thought he had a lot of key points on this video. So I kind of want to react to it. And don't get your feelings hurt, Savage, if I say anything right. But at the same time, it's nothing directed bad at Savage, man. I think he hit on all cylinders on this one. And I think Zod is a very divisive person. I think he's trying to cause division in YouTube. And I think everybody, and I mean everybody, sees it for what it is. And we're not going to stand for that, man. We're going to keep pushing this unity thing that we're doing here.
That's right. Let's see what he was talking about.
You want to see what Zod, being you fucking Savage, you want to see what Savage had to say? Let's trip out on him.
That's kind of portray yourself to gang members all across the world, whether you be Blood, Crib, Deuce 5, Sureño, Norteño, Bulldog, whatever the case is. Area Brotherhood, Wood, that you could get money on this platform. And everybody wants a piece of the pie. That's just how humanity works. We all get a little, money hungry sometimes.
I need money.
Now, there are certain rules and regulations that still apply to these Sureños, these actors, right? Now, let's look at it, right? Because these guys who you support, right? Oh, yeah. If they're not really operating according to their standards and they can't label themselves active. Now, can a Sureño get a piece of the pie without getting himself in trouble? This is like the number one question, right? Because I know I'm not even going to say his name. Deuce 5, Sureño.
Okay, so look, trip out. Can a Sureño get a piece of the pie? First of all, a Sureño, a real life Sureño, is not going to be on YouTube like that. Okay, a Southsider perhaps, absolutely. There's a difference there. Just like a striving Norteño that's really striving is not also going to be on YouTube. Anyone who proclaims active and falls under those politics will not be on YouTube. We've said it again. You even got Savage. He's about to say it, and I'm sure Rojo agrees. Now, as far as trying to take any more jabs at Zod for what he's living in a fantasy world. He's on fucking Fantasy Island.
Tonight, fantasy on little nasty girl.
No, I'm gonna start twerking and shit. Right? That was on the fantasy world, right? He's not tapped in with reality, and maybe he is, but it's his own reality. Okay? And I think everybody sees it for what it is. And I'm not trying to beat the dead horse, but I'm in the Vato looks like one. We're gonna be honest, and when we say that I think Savage is fucking hitting right here. I think he's gonna shoot is some real shit. I can't believe it. That's what he did. He fucking did it. That's it. Right? He's gonna hit some real shit. And let's watch. I think we agree, Rojo. And we'll talk about it here in a minute.
Norteño, Bulldog, whatever the case is, Area Brotherhood, Wood, that you could get money on this platform, and everybody wants a piece of the pie. That's just how humanity works. We all get a little, money hungry sometimes. Now, there are certain rules and regulations that still apply to these sureños, these actors, right? Now, let's look at it, right? Because these guys who you support, right? If they're not really operating according to their standards and they can't label themselves active. Now, can a sureño get a piece of the pie without getting himself in trouble? This is like the number one question, right? Because I know I'm not even going to say his name, but there's somebody who's got his
talking about you, Zod,
whether or not he's really active or not active. And whether or not I like this individual or not, or just can't stand him, I'm gonna just go ahead and give you guys the full rundown, and I'm gonna let y'all process that shit and make the decision yourself. I'm gonna go based off what I know, because on this channel I give you the ugly truth. I don't give you no fake shit.
You ain't lying about ugly.
It's basically like taboo. So fuck with your boy, hear me out, and let's go. It's 2 cents. I'm chiming in on this little drama that we got going on. And anybody who gets on this platform, especially an active sureño or an active norteño, that promotes beef or tension between up north and down south, they not active. They actively being a bitch. So let's go.
I agree with that. I don't agree with those earrings. Trip out. Look at Savage. I agree with what he said right there, man. They're not anyone that's pushing dissension or pushing a division now in this day and age. They're not with the business at hand. What do you think, Rojo?
No, man, there's so much going on, so much inner workings going on together that they're not going to tolerate anything that gets in the way of anybody's status, any type of things promoting anything against what is being mandated in prison, period. Prison dictates everything. If they're putting out directives that, you're going to respect these people, you're not going to, internet bang, talk all that shit. It's going to have to be respected or you're going to get in trouble. And one of the main points that I know specifically, to be an active sureño, not a Southsider, you are somebody who's going to be eligible to advance their status. Mm-hmm. The way the thing works down there, certain people are not eligible to advance their status.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let me translate that, right? Let me translate it in Rojo fucking, he ain't saying too much terms, into Gunner don't give a fuck terms, right? If you are a brother, an Africano, you cannot be a made member of an organization down south, okay? That's just a rule. That's just, it's been like that. To what degree of like that, why? We can't tell you why, right? They have their own reasonings. It's just a fact, allegedly, right? So that means in order to become a sureño, you have to be able to achieve that status. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. So you cannot be a sureño because you cannot, as an Africano. It's just a fact, man. It's not trying to be racial. I'm not trying to be racial here. I don't understand the whole.
Yeah, that is strictly facts, bro. That's
just a strict fact. So when he's like, "Hey, I'm a sureño," this, no, you're not. You're a Southsider, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Shout out and respect to the real Southsiders. Motherfuckers are with the business. Yeah. But let's keep it actual and factual. Let's go. Let's see what else Tattoo Guy has to say.
Yo, question number 1. Can an active sureño have a YouTube channel? Of course. Correct. He can. However.
Commercial. Commercial.
We're here with you.
Commercial status. Look at that white guy and the one sticking through the roof. Let's get right back to Savage.
Promoting clothes, establishments, business, music, hustle, motivational videos that have nothing to do with prison politics as content, but just stay away from jail. Look, little homies, it's gonna be easier if you just turn away from that life. All those things are highly acceptable. Talking on prison content, prison politics for content, beefing with PC channels or dropout channels or
stop beefing with me, Zod.
All that drama. While talking about prison politics is a big no-no.
Now, he hit it right there. Stop beefing with dropout channels, right? Look, he's absolutely right. Just because you're from a gang doesn't mean you can't be on YouTube. We've never said An active gang member can't be on YouTube. There's active gang members that are also rappers that do interviews all the time. They just know how to walk that line. They know how to walk that tightrope. There's certain things you can and cannot say. If the interviewee say no jumpers, say Vlad TV, I'm just taking some of these bigger channels, for instance, Cinemills TV, shout outs, respect. If they ask you about your gang affiliation, you're supposed to say, I can't touch that. I plead the fifth, or I can't go there. And you're all good. You can talk about your music. You can talk about your career. You can talk about your art form. You can't talk about prison politics or gangs. Myself, I'm not going to speak for, fuck it, I'm going to speak for Savage right here. And Rojo, we are all citizens now. We're not gang members. We're not part of that life. We are only speaking about our past experiences in the life. War stories, things we've seen, things we went through. Nothing current, okay? Nothing currently going on that we have common knowledge of. Anything is already out there, okay? But when you got a bottle that's proclaiming to be active and wearing clothes that are showing they're showing, you know what I mean, 1, 3, stuff like that. Hey, you can't do that, Holmes, without. Yeah, I'm gonna go need that. Separate ours from yours, and you know what I'm talking about. That's just the way it is. Do you agree, Rojo?
100%. No doubt.
Look,
that's accurate as fuck.
Yeah, it's just you're gonna kick in. Let's see what old Savvy Sav. Savvy Sav. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, my bad. I'm still getting it together.
Crib, Deuce 5, Sureño, Norteño.
He always says Deuce 5, huh?
The case is area brotherhood, you know, wood, that you could get money on this platform, and everybody wants a piece of the pie. That's just how humanity works. We all get a little, you know, operating according to their standards, and they can't label themselves active. Now, can a Sureño get a piece of the pie?
Oh wait, if I went through
without
this,
getting themselves in trouble. This is like,
I watched him itch his neck 3 times.
If you fuck with me, it's basically like taboo. So fuck with your boy, hear me out, and let's go. It's 2 cents. I'm chiming in on this little drama that we got going on. I don't have a YouTube channel. Of course, correct. He can. However, promoting clothes, establishments, business, homies, it's gonna be easier if you just turn away from that live. All those things are highly acceptable. Talking on prison content, prison politics for content, beefing with PC channels or dropout channels or Norteño channels or just all that drama, while talking about prison politics is a big no-no. Now, we live in a crazy day and age where being hypocritical is fun, right? Oh,
fun little motherfucker.
Fuck a PC because they're asshole backwards. Yet at the same time, the shit that they're doing would get them blasted inside the pen. Now look, times change. I haven't been active for shit over 10 years now. So who really knows?
Motherfucker, we can tell by that haircut.
How turned up the county is, how turned
down the politics is, who really knows? Don't be mad. I know you're gonna talk about my mom again.
Is once again, this is coming from my experience of how harsh that political system is. So if you go into the pen after being on YouTube for years untouched, remember how he said years untouched?
Make sure you listen to this.
Cool. You go into the pen though after all this back and forth arguing and shit you done with the PCs and the dropouts and even the little bit of prison politics and you done discussed all over this camera. My boy, just the fact that you in front of the fucking camera for that many years is gonna get you taken out, G. Because ain't nobody got all the time to look through every single one of your videos, bro. We just gonna assume you like talking in front of a fucking camera and
look. Let me see. That motherfucker right there hit it dead on. I gotta say it, right? He's absolutely right. He's telling you right there. If Neil, we're talking to you, bitch. Listen. If you go to prison ever again in your life, besides that you already told on the bottle about when that they tried to rob you and shit. Remember that one? Remember when you told? You know you done fucked that, right? You know you were in PC. You know the homie, the Southsider homie seen you in PC in LA County Jail, right? That's besides the point. That's a fact. We'll get to that later. But do you know that if you go back to prison, Neil? Yeah, you hear me? Am I clear to you? You're going to protected custody, homies, because they're gonna whack you. That's a fact. Roll on my line.
100%. They're gonna get them.
They're gonna get you. They're gonna get. They got you where they want you. Now they're gonna get you. Orale. Oh, junkyard dog. It's going down at the. You know what I mean?
Hey, I got a question for you, Gunner. Do you think deep down this dude knows it, or is he that oblivious to where he really believes the things he says?
Nah, he knows.
He knows. He can't not know. There's no way.
Yeah, he knows.
No.
Hey, there's no denying he's been to prison. There's no denying. Look at Savage Dude. That's only a face a mother would love right there. That's it. Straight up. He's like that. I'm not capping. Yeah, I am capping a little bit, but you know it's all good, Holmes. Real talk, trip out. He knows, bro. He absolutely knows. He just doesn't care. He thinks he's above and beyond. He's a super Southside. He's trying to do way too much. And his own homeboys are looking at him like, damn, bro, let this shit go already. You know what I mean? And it's just a cold situation. It sucks that we have to sit here and even talk and discuss stuff like that. For the last year and a half, I've been watching this guy run his neck, and I really wanted to hold off, but now it's gotten to that point.
The main reason we're even breaking this down for you guys is so you guys that are teetering on the edge, maybe wanting a YouTube channel, maybe you see us up here doing it, we talk about whatever we want, and whoop-de-whoop, trying to avoid you from getting into a wreck. It ain't so much to even go after this retard because he knows exactly what Gunner's saying, what Savage is saying, what I'm saying, Flacco, Boxer, anybody you ask him, he knows he can't go to general population. But don't let him get you in a wreck and get all up in there, with your representing your hood and doing all this and that, and then you think it's all good because this fucking idiot's doing it, and something happens to you. So that's the lesson in this video. It ain't even so much about going after the retard because he knows he's not active. He knows.
He's faking. That's fakes, y'all. On power, he's faking.
Come on, man. Come on. You're setting a bad example. You're going to get people in the wreck doing this shit, bro.
Yeah, man. Stop it. All right, let's get back to someone who at least knows what he's talking about.
You got this community out here that actually feels it's okay, right? Let's all get on the platform, homito. Because a lot of these guys, if they got sent to the pen tomorrow, would just lock it up, go PC. I'm not talking about if they had to go to a 1 yard or a 2 yard, but maybe like a 3 and up, they'd probably be like, look, I'm good, I'm solid. They have no thoughts in their fucking mind that they ever will see the pen again. I promise you. And that's more luck to them, more power to them. I hope they don't ever go to the pen. So this community, they support each other doing shit that they're not supposed to be doing, discussing PCs, talking, period.
Not supposed to acknowledge.
Active. You could not turn in a medical slip to the nurse.
Listen to this.
Another homie right behind you, watching you. We call it a shadow, right? Not only that, to the thought of being recorded. Like, let's say they brought cameras into the prison yard or to jail to record another race. We're the one.
I hate to say it, I have to agree.
One entity that cannot be recorded. So we're like this to the back. I don't care if it's Scared Straight. I don't care what program it is or what TV channel it is. One big thing about Sureños is you cannot be on camera. Motherfuckers got out, changed the rules a little bit, huh? Motherfuckers got out and twisted up their own rules. And that's what I'm basically saying. I'm not even Nathaniel Bulldog.
And he's absolutely right. Now, as a group, as a whole, they didn't change the rules. Ain't no rules being changed. Whatever rules and regulations are there are still there. There might be amended. There could be a little, a 1A or 1B or whatever. But as far as the core rules, and I'm talking about a raza period, whether it be north or south, them rules and them beliefs ain't changing. That's what it is. You're not allowed to be on camera. You're not allowed to fraternize with the K9. You're not allowed to go to medical and you get back. You need to report where you at, who you seen, what was there, what was going on, how big the fucking nurse's ass was. There's a lot of things we need to know, right? Starting with the nurse's ass. But I'm telling you, there's things that need to be said and spoken on. And you, for the most part, are not going to be. If you gotta get called to the program office, you can't refuse the movement, but you ain't going without your celly. That's a fact. The cops already know. They'll tell your celly turn around and cuff him up too and take him with you because they know that there's active politics that involve. And guess what? They don't want to get whacked either. So they're like, nah, we'd rather just take him with the celly. We don't want to avoid the bullshit. Because what's going to happen is you and your celly, you can't refuse the movement, but you guys will get off on the cops before you'll fucking be put in that situation. There's a lot of things that go into it. So he's right when he's saying people are just coming on YouTube nowadays and switching up the rules. But it's individually. It's not as a group. You know what I mean? And that's why I say Zod knows better, but he's not doing better. He's trying to fake the funk. He's trying to act like he's active still, and he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, is what he's trying to do. You know, and he's going to get people on the record. People there's youngsters that don't know better, ain't never been nowhere, that are seeing him for the first time. They don't know who the fuck Zod is. Oh, orale, look, it's a homie. It's a homie. He's talking like this, that. He's wearing the shirts, one dress, all that, and he's repping. And they say, oh, fuck yes, I can make a YouTube channel too. Next thing you know, they're on there like, bing, da, bam, throwing it up. And what's going to happen? They're going to get in county and get whacked. That's a fact. So, word to the wise. Let's see what else he has to say.
I hope they don't ever go to the pen. So this community, they support each other doing shit that they're not supposed to be doing. The nurse, without another homie right behind you, watching you. We call it a shadow, right? Mm-hmm. Not only that, to the thought of being recorded. Like, let's say they brought cameras in there. If it's Scared Straight, I don't care what program it is or what TV channel it is. One big thing about Sureños is you cannot be on camera. Motherfuckers got out, changed the rules a little bit, huh? Motherfuckers got out and twisted up their own rules. And that's what I'm basically saying. I'm not even trying to take shots at the next man, but let's just speak on technicalities and rules and regulations, bro. Who the fuck gave you that authorization and that power to be the first Sureño to fucking make a YouTube channel and discuss all this shit? Who the fuck gave you that fucking permission? Either the Sureño is so fucking weak these days that they gonna let that shit happen.
I do not condone that message
county jail
whatsoever.
They're gonna put something up in you. But come on, dog.
Savage, speak for yourself.
You think these active Sureños that are on YouTube, you think they really gonna ride? You think they gonna walk the main line?
Okay. So, as you know, gente, I don't condone that message.
Ain't Crip Mac. This ain't Bloods and Crips. This is a whole nother game. This is a whole nother life. This ain't Woods and White Boys. This is Sureños, and hell, even though the Norteños have a very similar structure it coincides with the same type of rules and regulations, and if not, their shit is actually more strict. So I don't think the debate should be whether or not said individual is really active or non-active. That's his own dream. Let him sell that pipe dream.
That's your dream, junkyard dog. Hey, I can't take your dreams for you. I can't take them.
Whatever, bro.
But I can be your nightmare.
Prison, you'll have a sad awakening, and that's the truth. I'm just trying to get you guys to not be misled into thinking that certain shit is cool when it's not cool. You're hearing it from a motherfucking DO himself.
He said he's a DO himself.
Because I'm already knowing I'm not accepted in your circle.
Nope, he's not accepted in my circle.
Fuck shit. I think from what I've seen.
And neither are you, Zod. Let me tell you something, man. I'd rather have Savage Studios in my circle than Zod. At least he keeps it real.
In California, like we share this fucking state, right? And it's all broken up. You got the Bulldogs in the middle. You got the Norteños up north and the Sureños down south, right? But it's supposed to all be raza, right?
It is. Raza. Unida.
Blood, Latino, whatever the case is. Yet anybody who promotes South and North beef, knowing that there's a truce in the pen.
Listen, Zod.
I gotta ask once again, who the fuck gave you that authority? Who the fuck gave you that permission to speak on down south and up north drama? You mad because some fucking northern rappers?
Savage, I like that, man.
Pictures and did a song with Ralphie the Plug, but who the fuck are you to keep trying to split up the raza when in the pen, your big homies call the truce? Your big homie.
You see how he did that? He copied me. Yahoo.
Make your video, and anybody that's watching this that follows that fucking knick-knack paddywhack.
Let's talk about you, Zod.
What do you think? What do you think that says about somebody who don't even respect his own big homie's words and their actions?
It means he's an act.
That's active. Seems like he's going against the grain. You know who really does going against the grain?
Okay, no. That's Savage. Yeah, I knew he was. It was only a matter of time. He was. I'm gonna tell you, Deuce. Why is he going against Beachy Savage?
PC period. So what you saying he is? Because actors do what they're told. Soldiers do what they're told. He's marching to the beat of his own drum, y'all.
Oh, wait, and it be like that sometimes, huh? And it be like that sometimes.
Hey, Savage told it exactly how it was, man. Just straight up.
Straight up, Pimpin. Straight up. With that being said, that was my reaction to Savage Studios. I totally agree with them. I totally agree with what he said. I mean, there was a few things that's good could have been unspoken, but Savage is his own man. He speaks his own. Those are his words, man. I can't put words in his mouth or take them out. And I think we are on the exact same page when it comes to Zod. None of us are here to clown him. None of us are here to hate on him. None of us are here to keep this going, this YouTube drama going. Absolutely not. We are here to state facts. Facts is, man, he's misleading people and going to get people caught up in a wreck behind his own misgivings and his bullshit and his frivolous lies and his wannabeism. I call it word of the day, wannabeism. He's a wannabe.
Yeah, you could pretend all you want. You could proclaim to be active. You could claim, you could do all kinds of proclamations. You could stand on the table and throw a fuck. But at the end of the day, he knows. Everybody in the genre knows. Everybody on the streets knows. But this message is for you guys who don't know that are thinking about doing your own channel, whether you're from down south or whether you're from up north. If you don't want to get taxed or get deemed, don't talk about gang stuff, man. It's real simple. You could get on there and you could talk about danking and drinking like the homeboys being in 209. You could get on there and talk about, your clothing design. But you start talking about anything street gang violence related, you're no good no more, bro. You're no good.
Yeah, no matter. And you can dice and slice it any way you want.
Yeah, it's we had to do this one more time. Like Gunnar said, man, we're not trying to keep this shit going. This message is for you guys out there to see this dude on a channel. Talk about, I'm gonna wear a one Tresse shirt too and talk about whatever I want, make me some money on YouTube. The homie does it, he's all good. That homie's not all good. He is not all good.
He's worse than us because at least we're straight up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
don't do what we do, kids. And especially if you're in that lifestyle, that don't emulate things without knowing what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it could cost you, your career, your life, you know what I mean? All kinds of things, man. Channels, I don't like channels that give out that false impression. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Stop telling these kids you're active, man. It's setting a bad example when people are going to try to emulate you, bro, because you've been to the pen. Oh, that's the big homie this. That's the big homie that. It's not the big homie. That dude is a no good Southerner. He's not an active surrender. Straight up.
Absolutely not. Bang, bang. I agree.
Anyway, we just want to touch on that because Savage broke it down perfectly. We didn't have to say it. He said it exactly how it is from somebody who has been a part of that life. We're from up north. Man, the politics are the same. If you're active, you're not discussing gangs, streets, hoods, criminal activities, politics, big homies, little homies, medium homies, gay homies. You're not talking about none of that shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? So this is your boy Rojo. This is a convict's perspective. Gunner's Collective, Gunner's Profiles. Make sure you check them out. If you don't, I know you already do, but make sure you subscribe. All right. We're out of here. Have a good one. Appreciate y'all, and we'll holler at you soon.